What's up everyone, it's me, the long run, your favorite average Pokemon Go player. Today in this video, as it says in the title, we're going to be looking at the Jungle Cup meta and the team I'll be running when I compete in the upcoming tournament. For those of you who don't know, the Jungle Cup is Silph Road's PvP tournament. Shout out to Silph Road, you guys are amazing, all the work you do there, it's awesome. To participate in the Jungle Cup, you can only use 4 types of Pokemon, that is Bug, Grass, Electric, and Normal. Tropius and the Burmy family are banned for this tournament even though they fall into those categories. Initially, I narrowed my team down to these 12 Pokemon. Each had their own strengths and weaknesses. But again, to build a team, it's not about picking the 6 best or strongest Pokemon. It's about picking the 6 that synergize together. So let's get into the 6 Pokemon I will be using for this upcoming Jungle Cup. The first Pokemon, obviously, I think virtually everyone will have it. It's been talked about a billion times, but Vigoroth. Vigoroth is the king of the jungle. He's a normal type Pokemon who has access to normal fighting and ground type moves. He has great coverage. He can really beat down on anybody. This allows him to be his protectors and his protectors' enemies. What I mean by this is Vigoroth is strong against Noctowl, Pidgeot, and Fortress. Those 3 Pokemon are strong against many grass and bug Pokemon that counter Vigoroth. There's a little rock, paper, scissors going on, which each has a strength and each has a weakness. Vigoroth, though, is also good against the electric type Pokemon that are strong against the birds, which makes Vigoroth really the king because he can keep your own counters alive while just slowly burning through all the other Pokemon that the enemy has. Honestly, I think everyone will have a Vigoroth on their team. They might not run it in their 3-man PvP battle, but in their 6-man team, I can't see anyone not having Vigoroth. The next Pokemon on my team is the Bug Poison Pokemon Venomoth. Venomoth is one of the 2 Vigoroth counters I'm having on my team, so you can see that I have an emphasis on stopping Vigoroth. With Stab and access to Silverwind, Venomoth is a strong counter to Vigoroth and many other Pokemon that you may run into. Due to the stat buff, if you land it, I recommend at least using 1 shield. Ride that stat buff out as long as possible. In all, Venomoth has strong counters against Vigoroth, Venusaur, Beedrill, Heracross, and Scizor, which really are all Pokemon that will be either the best Pokemon, which is Vigoroth, or countering Vigoroth. Next up, and also starting with the letter V, is Venusaur. This is an OG Pokemon, number 3 in the Pokedex. But while I have the Pokemon here, it's mostly for the fast move, Razor Leaf. Razor Leaf is so powerful that it's either going to force the Vigoroth to switch out because of the amount of damage it does, or you'll just be able to rack up so much damage and energy that you'll be able to sweep through the rest of the team. Venusaur can either counter or just resist the damage from Raichu, Lantern, Magnezone, and Alolan Graveler, and those are all the counters to my next Pokemon, which makes Venusaur that much more important to my team. So I kind of gave you a hint on what my next Pokemon would be, and we are finally moving away from the V names, and we're going with Noctowl, the normal flying type Pokemon. Noctowl has a great moveset and great coverage over all the Pokemon that would be strong against our King Vigoroth. Again, a big focus on this team is being able to have the assets to keep Vigoroth alive. Having Wing Attack as the fast move is vital in this meta. Flying is strong against both bug and grass, so Noctowl will be able to sweep through Vespiquen, Heracross, Venomoth, Venusaur, and really any other bug grass Pokemon that your opponent may throw out. While pretty much everyone on my team, including this next Pokemon, is about keeping Vigoroth alive, they all can also stand strong by themselves, and I think that's what makes this meta so important, is Vigoroth is clearly dominant, but the other Pokemon that are supplemental to Vigoroth are also really strong. And my next Pokemon, Fortress, is an example of that. Fortress is a steel bug type Pokemon, which makes him really good against the bug and grass type Pokemon because he will resist all of those attacks. Also, having Bug Bite as a fast move is really important as it will be able to rack up damage and also be really strong against the grass type Pokemon. Due to his typing, Fortress is really good against Venusaur, Vespiquen, Beedrill, Scizor, Venomoth, Exeggutor, Victreebel, any other grass bug type Pokemon that the opponent may throw out. My last but not least Pokemon is Lantern. This is the only potentially weird Pokemon on my team. I really don't think it's that weird. I think you'll see enough Lanterns, but it's definitely not going to be as common as the 5 I previously listed. Being water electric, it definitely has some good counters, but also can get hit pretty hard. I needed a Pokemon that can counter the birds, Pidgeot and Noctowl, which is why I needed electric type. I picked Lantern over Magnezone and Alolan Graveler, mostly because of the typing. I really like the water electric combo because it also can beat down on the other electric types a little bit, mostly Graveler and Magnezone. So in recap, I'll be running Vigoroth, Venomoth, Venusaur, Noctowl, Fortress, and Lantern. In the comments below, let me know your thoughts on my team. Really, let me know your thoughts and opinions down there. Am I doing something wrong? Am I making a mistake? Please, fill me in. I love your opinions and your knowledge. Also, let me know if you're competing. Or if you already have competed in the cup, let me know what you saw, what teams you ran, what problems you have, things that you think I'm going to run into. I'll be making more videos about local PvP stuff and keep you guys up to date with really what my thoughts are on each meta. But until then, happy hunting.